Hello, welcome to the National Literacy Agency online storytelling program. Today I have a story from China for you, and the title of this story is The Weaver's Dream. So it is story time. You look and you listen. Well done. Once upon a time there was a widow who had 3 boys. A widow who lived in a shack with her 3 boys at the edge of town. A widow who was a weaver. Weaving is one of the oldest trades. It passes from one generation to the next. And the widow had a loom. That is what you need for your weaving, a loom. And in the loom there was a shuttle. And that is how she made cloth. She was threading the shuttle back and forth, threading the shuttle back and forth from dawn till dusk. And when the shuttle went up and down, that was called the warp. And when the shuttle went side to side, that was called the weft. The woman worked all day, dawn till dusk, but the 2 boys did not understand how hard their mother was working to make a living, to bring them food. But the little one knew what hard work weaving was, and he really wished he could help his mother. Sitting at the loom, threading the shuttle back and forth, the lady would sing. And in her lyrics she would say that she would warp, that she would weft, that she would use her very swift fingers, that she would do it until she died, because weaving was her gift. One day, the widow had a dream, and in her dream there was this beautiful house, surrounded with a front garden and a back garden, and the skies were blue, with clouds, mountains high covered in snow. There was a river that was swaying and shimmering in the golden sun. It was beautiful. When she woke up in the morning, she could remember her dream. She could visualize her dream. And she said that she was going to weave her dream in the cloth. She worked for 1 year and 1 day until that beautiful scene was ready. When it was ready, she called the boys. "Look, my boys, look how beautiful my weaving is. This is my dream home. No, we will not sell this piece. We will keep it, because every time I look at it, I feel that it is my dream home." The window was open, and all of a sudden a wind blew and snatched that piece of cloth with the beautiful weaving on it out of the window. "No, no, please bring it back," shouted the widow, and the boys all ran. They ran outside, but that beautiful cloth flew to the mountains. How sad, how sick the mother became. "If you don't bring me my work back, I think I will die." She took to her bed And she did not eat, she did not drink. All she did was stare at the wall. The boys were growing up, and the eldest son said, I will go and look for my mother's work. And he left the house. For 3 days he walked. And after 3 days he met an old woman. She was sitting beneath a tree that was very heavy with peaches, and beside her was a stone horse. The lady saw him coming. Ha! Hello! What brings you this way? And the son told the woman what happened, that his mother was a weaver, that she had a dream, and the dream was so beautiful that she wanted to weave it in the cloth, and she called the house her dream home. But the wind took it away to the mountains. How he had to bring it back to his mother. He was afraid she would die. Ah, now this is where I can help you. If you knock your front feet and put them in the horse's mouth, the horse will come to life. He will fly with you. He will take you to the land of fire. He will take you to the land of ice. But if you make it, he will take you to the mountains, where you will meet the goddess of the mountains. She will give you back your mother's work. But the young man was not too keen on knocking his feet out. And he said, Isn't there another way? Do I have to knock my teeth out? And the old woman smiled, and she said, Well, I can give you a box of gold, and your mother will not be poor anymore. The young man was very fond of gold, and he took the box of gold. Of course, he did not go home. He would not admit his failure. So he took the gold and went to another village where he built a house for himself. The second son waited and waited for his brother. But when he did not return, he decided to go and look for his mother's work. He too left home, and he walked for 3 days before he met the old woman sitting beneath the tree that was so heavy with peaches, and beside her was the stone horse. Ah, what brings you here, my son? Said the old woman. And he repeated the same story his brother told her. I have to bring my mother's work back, otherwise she will die. Ah, this is where I can help you. If you knock your 2 front teeth and place them in the horse's mouth, the horse will become alive. He will fly with you to the land of fire, to the land of ice, of cold. But if you make it, he will take you to the goddess of the mountains. Well, I'm not too keen to fly to the land of fire or to the land of ice. Isn't there another way? The old woman smiled, and she gave him a box of gold. Here, take this. Take it to your mother. She will not be poor anymore. But like his brother, he was ashamed to admit his failure. So he went to another village where he built a house for himself, and he never went back home. The youngest of the boys, he waited and waited, but his brothers did not come back. "Mum, I have to go and look for your weaving. You are too ill. You have become so thin. I have to save you." And so he too left home, and for 3 days he walked and walked until he came to the old woman sitting under the tree that was so heavy with peaches, with the stone horse beside her. "Ah, my friend, what brings you here?" And he repeated the same stories that his 2 brothers told her. "I want my mother to live. I have to bring back that cloth. That weaving means so much to her." "Ah, now this is where I can help you, my friend. If you knock your 2 front teeth out and place them in the horse's mouth, he will come to life. He will fly with you. He will take you to the land of fire. He will take you to the land of ice, of cold. But if you make it, he will take you to the mountains, to the goddess of the mountains. She will give you back your mother's work." And the boy just took a stone and bang! He knocked his 2 front teeth. He took them in his hand and he placed them on the stone horse's mouth. And now the horse was alive and grew wings. And the young man mounted the horse, and the horse flew away to the land of fire, to the land of ice, of cold. But they made it, and the horse flew to the mountains, where there was the goddess of the mountains. She was so beautiful. Beside her was another woman, sitting down at a loom, just like his mother did. And she was threading the shuttle back and forth, warping and wefting. But what? She was copying his mother's work. And the young man told the goddess of the mountains, "I have come for my mother's work. She is dying. She will die if I won't take it back." Oh, my friend, your mother's work was so beautiful. We just had to copy it. But I will give it back to you once it's finished. Please sit down and make yourself at home." And the young man sat down as he looked at the beautiful goddess, and he watched the woman sitting at the loom, threading the shuttle back and forth. But he fell asleep. He fell asleep. The goddess of the mountains, she could not part from the original piece that his mother made. So she told the weaver, she told her, "Weave a picture of me sitting on a bench. Add that to the woman's weaving." And so the weaver did. When it was ready, They just got the cloth off the loom and they rolled it nicely. But the goddess of the mountains hid away the original piece that his mother made. Wake up, young man. We are ready. This is your mother's work. Take it back to her. She will not die. And the young man was so happy. He mounted the horse again, and he left the mountains again. Through the land of fire they went, through the land of ice and cold. But they got back to the old lady, sitting under the tree heavy with peaches. He just took his teeth back and placed them in his mouth. And the horse, it was a stone horse again. Thank you, my friend. You have helped me. I will take this back to my mother, as she will live. For 3 days he walked back home. His mother was still alive, but poorly. Mother, look, I have brought your work back. The cloth, the scene in your dream, weaved in it. Look, Mum, look. And she sat up on her bed. Oh, I nearly forgot how beautiful it was. And she was feeling so much better. But look, there's a bench, and this beautiful lady sitting there. I don't quite remember this. Maybe it's because I was very sick. The window was open, and the wind blew in again, swish, and took that cloth with the beautiful weaving on. They ran outside. No, not again, cried the mother. But as they walked outside, that cloth was opening and stretching and stretching and stretching, and it was from the sky to the ground. And the son and his mother were inside the scene. There they were. His mother was in her dream house. Oh, this is beautiful. And her young son, he was looking at the beautiful woman sitting on the bench. You're so beautiful, he said. In no time, they were married, and they all lived in this beautiful dream house that was woven on his mother's cloth. His 2 brothers, nobody knows what happened, but they were living away from their mother's home of dreams, dream home. They were alone. That is all we know. So this was my story for you today. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.